least she has a plan. She said, here's the issue, and here's a plan. Donald Trump has no plans. He's busy talking about how he's prettier than Kamala Harris. You know, he's much better looking than her. That's what he's focused on. I'm sure that's what the American people are going to vote on, whether or not Donald Trump thinks, you know, he's better looking than Kamala Harris. What a weird thing to say.
I was voting for Kamala until I heard she had AI crowds. I don't know.
By the way, the AI crowds are amazing. Hey, props to her AI team. They're crushing it.
Really good stuff. Introduce yourself to the live stream first and foremost.
Hey, live stream, Jared Moskowitz from South Florida, Florida District 23.
You guys know who he is. He's a Meidas regular. Appreciate you having me. So, when did you get in Chicago?
I got here Sunday night.
You like it so far?
So far, I mean, the weather's amazing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And I think they're doing a really good job, not just at the convention, but I think the city has done a really good job. There was a lot of concern about that, but actually props to the city. I think they've done a good job so far. Check
out the skyline at night. Go to the Navy Pier and check out the skyline if you have time. It's absolutely beautiful. That's all I recommend. Let's talk politics.
Oh, okay.
As we head into the 2024 election, what issues are most important to you personally?
Well, look, obviously being from Parkland, graduating from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, I think most important to me is gun violence prevention. You know, I 17 people died in my high school. And so I think, you know, that's something that young people want to see. Also, look, the cost of living is very expensive. The economy, we got to make sure that we're talking. That's a very important message to be getting out. That we got to make sure that we reduce food costs and we reduce the cost of living.
And the Democratic Party is the party that is taking actual steps to do that. For example, VP Harris just released a plan to build 3 million new units and incentivizes builders to sell to first-time homeowners, correct? That is actually how you make progress in this country, as opposed to Donald Trump, who's always yapping. Yeah,
like she has a plan. And so, look, people might not like every little aspect of the plan, but that's okay. We'll work that out as it goes through the House and it goes through the Senate. But at least she has a plan. She said, here's the issue, and here's a plan. Donald Trump has no plans. He's busy talking about how he's prettier than Kamala Harris. You know, he's much better looking than her. That's what he's focused on. I'm sure that's what the American people are going to vote on, whether or not Donald Trump thinks, you know, he's better looking than Kamala Harris. What a weird thing to say.
I was voting for Kamala until I heard she had AI crowds. I don't know.
By the way, the AI crowds are amazing. Hey, props to her AI team. They're crushing it.
Really good stuff. So I want to ask you, what is your solution to the gun problem in America? Because it is so ingrained in American culture that if you even say gun reform, Republicans lose their mind and think Joe Biden's going to burst through the front door and rip it out of their hands personally. That's not the case. So can you explain to Republicans who are watching that we just want to have common sense regulations?
Yeah, follow the Florida model. Florida, red Florida, right? Ron DeSantis is governor. Donald Trump has won it twice. In Florida, we raised the age to 21 to buy a gun. We have red flag laws in Florida, 3-day waiting periods. Those red flag laws in Florida have been used 19,000 times in the last 6 years. So 19,000 times law enforcement figured out that someone was too dangerous or was a danger to themselves or a danger to others to have those weapons. And so we can have meaningful reform. There isn't one thing to do to fix the problem. I think red flag laws would be a big deal, right? Because law-abiding citizens are left alone. People who are a danger to themselves might commit suicide, domestic violence, might want to kill their spouse, or might want to commit, obviously, a mass shooting. We're seeing red flag laws work. There are no protests in the street in Florida that you can't go buy a gun or that your Second Amendment rights are being infringed. And so there is a path to, I think, protecting the Second Amendment, but also making sure you can go to the movie theater, the grocery store, and school and be safe.
Incredibly well said. And I think one of the most disgusting parts about Donald Trump's 2024 platform is his plan to deport 11 to 15 to 20 million illegal immigrants, as he calls them. The number keeps changing.
It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's never going to happen. By the way, why didn't he do that in his first term?
And can I say,
why didn't he do it? He talked about doing that in his first term, and he didn't do it. It's a lie, and he knows it's a lie. But you know, that's what he's using as a wedge issue to try to get himself elected.
Even beyond that, how do you do that without violence breaking out? Number one, how do you do it without accidentally deporting American citizens, as people have done in the past? And how do you do it without tanking the economy? Obviously, the economy is not the most important part there. But Donald Trump's plan it's a lie. He is totally lying.
Well, and we're not being honest, right? Obviously, we're for legal immigration. We want people to get in line and go through the process. Also, we want to make sure if you're escaping persecution, America has always been that beacon. We want to make sure, again, there's a process for asylum. Okay, so we got to make sure that our immigration policies get more organized. And that's why I'm for immigration reform. But this idea that all of a sudden we're going to go to the agricultural industry or the construction industry and round all these people up, you will bring the economy to a halt if you do that, okay? And so they're not being honest. They're lying about where these people are working. If you remove them, you're going to have industries have complete problems.
And Trump claims to care about the border, but what happens when Lankford introduces a bill? Donald Trump
kills it.
Donald Trump kills it.
And then he said, blame me. He literally said, hey, blame me. because I want to use it as an election issue.
And people have come out, hasn't Mitch McConnell literally said, yeah, it was Donald Trump's fault, but MAGA Republicans just want to cover their eyes and be blind.
They were proud about it.
It's insane to me. They are the antithesis of everything that America stands for. I think Democrats really need to reclaim patriotism, reclaim the American flag, reclaim our love for veterans, because we are the patriotic party. Republicans say they're patriots. They want to undermine the peaceful transfer of power. They want to terminate the Constitution. It makes zero sense whatsoever.
Yeah, remember when he tweeted that out? Remember when Trump tweeted out we should bypass the Constitution, and everyone was like, whoa, take that one down.
Chill out there, buddy. So what would be your message to somebody that's 21 years old, my age, who's disillusioned with our institutions? A lot of my friends, I talk to them, they say, I believe in climate change, I believe in gun reform, I believe in marriage equality, but both sides are the same. These people exist, and how would you break through to them?
You first got to play the game. Right? If you want to win, you got to play the game. Sitting out on the sidelines is not playing the game. Okay? And yeah, look, both parties have problems, right? Nothing's perfect. This idea that there's some perfect solution out there for you or the perfect candidate exists. Joe Biden has a really great quote, right? He says, don't compare me to the almighty, compare me to the alternative. And the two parties are not the same, right? Donald Trump and Kamala Harris are not the same. Even if you don't agree with everything that Kamala Harris stands for, she is not the same for Donald Trump. It is a binary choice. You have to pick, and don't stand on the sidelines. If you stand on the sidelines, you're letting someone else make the decision for you. You're letting your neighbor or the person who lives down the hall from you that you hate is making the decision for you. So go out, make your own decision, and vote.
Did you also cry during President Biden's speech last night?
I did not cry.
Oh, me neither. Yeah, never mind then. Who are you? I'm just kidding. I didn't cry either. Who are you excited to see?
My eyes were tearing because of the late hours.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, who are you most excited to see over the next few days?
Oh, look, I'm very excited to hear from President Obama. He just has a unique ability as a communicator, bridging kind of different generations to kind of bring it all together. I mean, again, I think Hillary Clinton was amazing yesterday. AOC's speech was awesome, but I think Hillary was amazing, reminding us we're on the precipice of history, right? That's not what this election is about. It's about defeating Donald Trump. But the idea that this is history, I think is very important. I think Obama is going to remind us what's at stake in this election.
And finally, I just want to say to the Meidas Mighty watching, all we can say is go to vote.org, make sure you're registered to vote, make sure your friends and family have a plan to vote. What would you urge them to do? What do you want to say to the Meidas Mighty?
Vote early.
Vote early.
Vote early. Don't even wait for Election Day, right? All your states have options, whether it's absentee voting or it's early voting. Go vote early. Don't wait for Election Day.
Thank you, sir. I hope to do it again.
You got it.
Have a great day.
Hey, Meidas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.